In this video, I share some fun facts about firefly biology, anatomy, and ecology, while I demonstrate my step-by-step of drawing a firefly. You can download the same high-resolution image I used in this video, and also learn more about fireflies in the links below this video. So, let's get started! If you grew up in firefly country, as I did on the prairies of Nebraska, you are likely to be deeply nostalgic when fireflies are mentioned in conversation. At summer camp, my friends and I would capture them in mason jars to keep us company on our bedstands as we drifted off to sleep, serenaded by the sounds of chirping crickets and croaking frogs. Imagine what our ancient ancestors must have thought of fireflies, the creatures' glowing embers dancing in midsummer evenings. Did they believe that they had mystical, supernatural powers? Over the millennia, humans have used fireflies' bioluminescent glow as nocturnal body paint and as lanterns to illuminate a cave or cabin, or a forest path during a nocturnal stroll. Fireflies are known by a wide variety of endearing names, including lightning bugs, forest stars, glowflies, golden sparklers, fire devils, candle flies, moon bugs, big dippers, blinkies, and flying embers. All fireflies are members of the order of insects known as beetles or Coleoptera, and thus are related to familiar fauna like ladybugs, mealworms, weevils, rhinoceros beetles, dung beetles, and scarab beetles, to name just a few. The beetles truly rule the animal kingdom, being at least 400,000 species strong, which represents roughly 25% of all living animal species on Earth. Members of the beetle order, Coleoptera, are easily recognized by their pair of hardened wing sheaths and the triangular scutellum at their junction. All fireflies are members of the Lampyridae family of beetles, and all Lampyrides are fireflies. Approximately 2,200 species of fireflies have been discovered and named to date worldwide, with around 125 residing in North America, mostly in the southeastern United States. Fireflies are typically clad in a trio of yellow, red, and black colors, a globally recognized combination sported by species around the world, from unpalatable monarch butterflies to deadly coral snakes, serving to warn would-be predators of the toxic properties of their flesh. Like dark poison frogs and other brightly colored critters, their toxicity is due to their diet. Cholesterols ingested from their prey are chemically rearranged into potent poisons. In an interesting twist of mimicry, many insects have evolved to superficially resemble the coloration and shape of the distasteful firefly, including cockroaches and long-horned beetles, in hopes of fooling predators, a phenomenon known as Batesian mimicry. Thus, one might say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. The first section of a firefly's body is the head that bears the eyes and antennae. Males are endowed with larger ones of each to better detect the presence of their fertile female partners. The mouthparts are reduced in the adult since their focus is on mating and not eating. The middle section of the body, called the thorax or pronotum, is large and shield-like, partially obscuring their heads, which make them superficially resemble cockroaches, to whom they are not closely related. The thorax bears the 3 pairs of legs and the 2 pairs of wings. Compared to many other families of beetles, they are relatively soft-bodied, including having softer, more leathery elytra, or wing covers, than their beetle brethren. Females of many species are wingless, looking a bit more like a grub-like larval stage, while others have wings, though rarely using them, preferring to wait motionless on blades of grass as males fly by, courting their attention. The last section of the firefly body, the abdomen, primarily contains the reproductive organs and the lantern, which, when present, is larger in the male, whose light must shine more brightly in the course of performing his courtship dance. So where do fireflies live? Fireflies reside across the globe, from Sweden, Alaska, and Russia in the north to Tierra del Fuego, Australia, and South Africa in the south. As with many life forms, tropical rainforests host the most species, with the highest diversity in tropical Asia and South America. Brazil alone has upwards of 350 species. In North America, we have around 125 species, with diversity being highest in the southeastern states like Georgia and Florida. Fireflies tend to live in habitats that are warm, moist, and easy to fly above, such as stream edges, grasslands, marshes, meadows, and open woodlands. A firefly's life begins when eggs, which are gently laid by the adult female several weeks earlier in moist moss on a summer eaves, hatch into six-legged grub-like larvae. Depending upon the species, larvae live for 1 month up to 2 years underground and in leaf litter, though some Asian species are actually aquatic. During this time, they are feeding voraciously on the likes of unlucky snails, slugs, and earthworms. Their prey is rendered hapless by the firefly's neurotoxins and digestive enzymes injected with sharp jaws, thus paralyzing and liquefying the prey into a nutritious soup. All species of firefly larvae are bioluminescent, their glow being emitted from a pair of spots at the tip of their abdomens. The ability to glow evolved early in the evolution of this family of beetles, thought to serve as a signal, like an illuminated traffic stoplight, to warn would-be predators, such as birds, amphibians, and rodents, of their distastefulness. Scientists believe that only millions of years later was the ability to glow used by the adult life stage in courtship displays. After growing big and strong, the firefly larvae continue on to a brief pupal stage, similar to that found in butterflies, in which their innards are drastically rearranged from a crawling worm-like creature to a winged flying insect. After several weeks, the pupa hatch into adults, whose only purpose is to seek out a mate in hopes of perpetuating the species. Their digestive systems are now largely replaced by reproductive structures, for sex, not food, is their primary drive during this brief, month-long-ish adult stage. Once adults have paired up and mated, the females having laid their eggs and the males having used up their sperm and exhausted their energy supplies, the adults will perish one by one, their nutrients cycled back into the food web. Firefly courtship and mating. Courtship rituals come in several flavors depending on whether the firefly is a nocturnal flasher or a day-active scent seeker. When folks imagine fireflies, it is the luminous ones with flashing lanterns we think of first, so we'll focus on those. During the summer, when nights are warm enough for flight, male fireflies will take to the skies from dusk to midnight, depending upon the species. Females perch on grass blades as if they are girls on bar stools, waiting with coy anticipation for the light show to begin. Males fly about, flashing a unique calling card for their species, while females observe their antics, perched quietly on vegetation. Females decide which male they like based on such factors as flash duration, which research has shown might be a predictor of how much protein he carries in his sperm package, a nuptial gift, as it were, bestowed by the males of some species to fortify the female's eggs that he hopes to father. Females are known to be quite picky. If she fancies a certain suitor, she will return a species-specific flash to let him know he can come calling. Once a male detects a female and she has deemed him worthy, mating ensues, their embrace lasting upwards of several hours, though the male may need to fend off a plethora of competing suitors in the meantime. Firefly prey. What's on the menu? Larval fireflies are well suited for their voracious habits of eating earthworms, snails, and slugs. Their large piercing mandibles inject digestive enzymes into their prey when the firefly slurps up the partially digested body, a practice they share with many spider species. Many species of adult fireflies eat nothing at all, using up their energy stores from their grub stage, while others may occasionally nibble on meals of pollen, nectar, and small insects. So who are fireflies predators? Both larval and adult fireflies possess a potent chemical that deters most predators, including those that normally have a voracious appetite for insects, like amphibians, reptiles, birds, bats, and rodents. They manufacture defensive toxic steroids that are chemically similar to those found in toads and synthesized from the cholesterol that they obtain in their larval diet. A few predators have successfully circumvented the firefly's defenses, including wolf spiders, harvestmen, and assassin bugs. Those fireflies that do fall victim to assailants have a number of defense strategies up their sleeves, including producing a noxious odor and releasing a sticky mass of gluey blood. Now, those are nifty tricks. Firefly femme fatales. Though most adult fireflies have lost their ability to eat in favor of putting all of their energy into reproduction, there are some grisly exceptions. For example, in North America, there are species within the Thorax genus whose females have taken to dining on male fireflies of other species. Yes, it's true. They lure an unsuspecting male by mimicking the come hither flash pattern of that species' females. Then, when the male lands in hopes of a romantic interlude, he instead becomes a midnight snack for the Thorax female. She dines on her neighbor, not for the calories, but to sequester the toxins in his flesh, which serve to protect her from predators, since for some unknown reason her species lacks. So bioluminescence isn't just for fireflies. In the animal kingdom, the ability to glow is thought to have evolved independently at least 30 times, mostly in deep sea animals, as well as in some protozoans, bacteria, and fungi. Only a few other families of beetles can glow, including some click beetles and the giant glowworm beetles. Fireflies are among the few organisms that can not only glow, but can control it by precisely timing their flashes to be used in communication. The larval or grub stage of nearly all species of fireflies can glow, but not all adults can. Some species, aptly known as dark fireflies, find their mates not by glowing, but by scent. Females produce airborne perfumes known as pheromones that are detected by males with the aid of their large and sensitive antennae. The glowing flashlight, controlled by a chemical signal, is located at the tip of the abdomen in the structure known as the lantern, and has a slightly different structure depending on whether it's on a firefly larvae, adult male, or adult female beetle. A firefly's glow is created by oxidation of luciferin, which is produced in cells with rich oxygen supply. The beetle can control the timing and duration of flashing by controlling the oxygen. When air is added, the luciferin, in the presence of an enzyme called luciferase, is almost instantly oxidized, releasing the energy as light. Nearly 100% of the energy is emitted as cold light. That's quite a feat in comparison to your home's light bulbs, which emit most of their energy as heat, an all too familiar fact if you've ever burned your finger on a hot bulb. Many species of fireflies can glow in patterns blinked out at an individual's own choosing in a Morse code species-specific courtship display. Others, like the blue ghost firefly in Tennessee, emit a weak but steady glow, while still other species' males blink in unison with synchronous flashes of light. Colors of lanterns depend upon the species and can be yellow, orange, red, or green. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video demonstration, and please subscribe to learn more about wildlife and how to sketch them. And don't forget to download your sketching cheat sheet that I used in this demonstration, plus find other links to learn more about fireflies in the description box below. Take care. Bye-bye.